Hey guys, it's Taz101 Saga, how you doing? I haven't done a video in quite a while, I've been mentally busy, but a lot has happened since my last video. So I've moved house, I've got a new job, I've waved goodbye to Lidl. I know a couple of you guys do watch my channel, so how you doing guys? Hope you escape the prison sooner or later. Probably one of the most hyped guns of the last, especially the last year or so. They were first announced by S&T back in 2016. They had a little poster which will appear here right now. But after 6 years of waiting, it's finally here. And that is the S&T SMLE. Before there was even a SMLE announced, I wanted an airsoft SMLE. And I was looking at all kinds of options like modifying VSR 10s, but I didn't have the tools or experience to really do that to the degree that I would want it. So this particular one, George, you're probably watching, this is yours. I thought I'd use this one first. I've actually got two here because this is an example of one that's just straight out of the box in terms of its visual condition. I will do a close-in shot later on in the video. But these are just my initial thoughts. I think everyone who's got one of these has been very impressed with the weight of it, the feel of it, all the parts are the correct shape. But yeah, fortunately they've absolutely nailed this one. They have nailed it to the point where real parts will go on it with little to no modification, and that's something we've also found at work when we've done our one-off sniper build. We bashed all sorts of real parts onto it with relatively no difficulty. So this is the custom one-off SMLE S&T heavily upgraded that Dave and I put together. So we're doing it a World War I sort of spec sniper rifle. The scope is on the way, which is a German-made copy of the British one. Pretty much looks the same. So we've got the scope mounts. This has got a ton of original parts on it. So butt plate, cheek piece, what else? Barrel band, sight protectors. The rear sight is the real one, and the nose cone, which will allow it to, of course, accept a real bayonet if you wish. Although not terribly airsoft friendly, but it does sure look cool. My own personal SMLE, which is this lovely thing. I'm not a fan of the Chinese sort of colour wood, very orangey, slings in the way, but you get the idea. So I've sorted mine, of course. It's got a whole bunch of real parts on it, so it's got real nose cone, real sling, real backside, real sight protectors, real sling swivel points. And I'm working on doing the butt plate, but the wood needs modification. So for the moment I've just weathered the original to make it look a bit less fake. And the wood's come out absolutely lovely. I've gone for that usual sort of battle-worn look that I love doing on everything. I think this is probably my pride piece now because I was so excited for this gun. I can't explain how excited I was for it. I'll also be doing the same standard of work to this Snowwolf MkIII. I've already started on the metal, so it's lost that nasty sort of matte black finish there when they look. And it's got a much more blued metallic sheen to it now. So I'm still working on that, like silver in the cocking handle. I'll be doing the wood in the same fashion I did with the SMLE, so it comes out the same. I was handling this too much day after day after day in the showroom, and I thought, I've got to have it. So one of the issues that the standard out of the box one was having, I've actually narrowed down to two factors. The first factor is the spring that it ships with, at least the UK ones, the European spec FPS sort of ones, that are about 350 to 380 on average, depending on air seal. I've found that these springs in them are very strong VSR style springs where they've been cut down, and they're really too strong for a cylinder of this length. So what's actually been happening is the springs are buckling and deforming out of shape. The best way to sort that, I found, is to get an M120, cut it down to about 4 coils longer than the original, blowtorch and compress the end that goes over the spring guide. And then the polishing tutorial that I will make later on, I'll show you exactly what parts to polish. All those mods I've just mentioned are present in this rifle, and it is extremely smooth. I'll also be doing a takedown video, which I'll be posting possibly today, in fact. I'll be making that one next. So that's basically the S&T SMLE. There's not much more I can say about it at the moment.
because I haven't actually skirmished it, and I will do my usual proper review or actually go in depth. But my initial impressions of this, especially after altering those minor little issues it has out of the box, absolutely wonderful rifle. I mean, it looks fantastic. The wood is very solid, nice quality, there's nothing creaky on it. The weight is just spot on, the balance is spot on. It's right in the middle there, which is where you want it because that's where you'd be carrying it. The amount of real parts compatibility just like that is absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I'm really happy with it. It's been worth the wait.
So just a little quick close-up on the work I've done. So I've done the usual old sort of weathering up, doing the wood darker, because that light coloured wood I'm just not a fan of. Something I found very interesting was how they did the hop-up. In fact, this is actually the hop-up, and I'm skipping ahead a bit here, but this is actually the hop-up lever. It's very positive and it stays where it is. And it's also out of the way. It's rather inconspicuous. It doesn't stand out and ruin the appearance of the rifle. So we've got the receiver. The magazine is 35 round mag. Goes in obviously in the real place, which is the nice thing about it. In reality, it was reloaded with 2 5-round charge clips, and not with magazines, but obviously this is airsoft, so it's got to work. These sit very positively. They're very robust. Not worried about that breaking or anything. The metal is extremely nice. I have done some slight polishing with various chemicals on this particular one, so it looks a little different to stock. But what's nice about the metal is it's already at such a standard that it's very, very easy to sort of make it look even better. Something that's also nice that they included is the crown markings. Year of manufacture, short magazine Lee Enfield Mark III Star, which is the one that ended production, I believe, 1915 onwards. They deleted the magazine cut off, the windage adjustment from the rear sight, etc. Talking of rear sight, this is a real back sight. The S&T one is, well, in fact, it's over here. The S&T one is just black, and it's not quite as nice. Sorry about all the weird lighting, I can't do anything about that at the moment. Rear sight protectors are original. You can mount these with if you have the original screw and end cap which goes in the bottom. You can also mount the original sight protectors without those pieces, but you will have to drill and tap with an M6 tap out a hole for the screw, threads for the screw, my pardon. Otherwise you won't be able to put it in there because the original doesn't actually have threads in it. So you will have to thread it if you don't have those specific parts for the real steel mounting system. So a little bit of info there. Now we've got the real barrel bands, sling points. So yeah, I've replaced all these bits with real bits. Now a few people have been asking, of course, will it accept a real bayonet? The answer is no. The reason it won't is because you will have to modify the bayonet lug, because this is far too wide and out of spec for the bayonet to even slide over it. Mine will of course accept a real bayonet now because it's got a real nose cap. And this is my original 1917 dated Sanderson made 1907 pattern sword bayonet. Really completes the rifle. Obviously not airsoft friendly, but I'm also a collector as well as an airsofter, so it's always nice to have. So that is the SMLE for now, guys, and I'll definitely enjoy using this 100%, and I'll be doing a nice full review when I've got more news for you.
So that's all for now, guys. It was only a short one. Thanks for watching. If you've got any questions about the SMLE, please post them down below. Or the best thing you can do is if you go up on Facebook, World War I Airsoft UK, World War II Airsoft UK, and there's also the S&T SMLE Owners Group, which is run by Dave and I. And it's a nice little community that's growing very quickly. If you're having any problems such as the bolt cycling issues that some people were having, that's something that I can discuss and tell you how to do. And I think in future I'm probably going to do a tutorial on how exactly you need to polish it and where. We had a few that were having some slight sticky bolt issues. On that note, guys, thanks very much, take care, and I'll see you all soon.